should I wait until April 15th to actually file my returns? Let's talk about that. Hi, I am Alison Eddings. I'm a CPA in private tax practice with Top Dog Tax and Accounting. Welcome to my channel. Please do like, subscribe to the channel. That would really push this out to more people. And if it's helpful to you, I'm sure it'd be helpful to them. So thank you for that. Talking about today when to actually file your return and whether or not waiting until April 15th is, well, just what that is. Because I had a number of clients this year who really did want to wait until the last minute. And we had the return done. It was all complete. It was even paid for, but they hadn't signed the forms because they didn't want it to go until the last minute. And I'll tell you, when you go to a professional preparer, that's going to make things difficult because trust me, we're not sitting there at 5 o'clock on April 15th putting in extensions. We've had some, I have some associates, not associates, but, peers that I work with, they start putting in extensions April 1st. Because we have to reconcile that out. We have a small firm, and yet it took us, I think, 16 hours this year. And it's small. It's a small firm. It took us 16 hours to enter extensions this year. And we still had people write up, and so we have to reconcile that. We have to have it sent out. We have to get the acknowledgement back before we do the backup, before we close up shop, before we send our away messages. And if we have that one guy hanging out there that's saying, I'm going to sign it. I promise you, I'm going to sign it right at the last minute so you can file it. And I'm like, okay. So we have, in that case, 5 people hanging out there that right at the deadline, we're waiting. Like, I'd like to pack it up. I'd like to go home. This is the last thing to do. And they're still waiting to sign. And you're like, do I back everything out? We have to back everything out just to put the extension in. So that really it's risky. It's really kind of risky to do that because you might miss your extension even. So I would really, I don't think that there's any benefit. You realize that you can digitally transmit your return and not pay until the 15th, right? I'm not giving advice at this moment about whether or not that is the correct thing to do. But if that is your goal, that you want the payment to be drafted on the 15th, we can electronically transmit your return on Valentine's Day and enter the payment for April 15th. It's fine. That happens. We do that a lot where we post date payments until, okay, or even like on a state, let's say you have a state balance due, but you're getting a federal refund or vice versa. We'll, post date the payment to come after we think that the refund's going to come. It's not a problem. I do kind of wonder if some taxpayers think that there's some kind of benefit with the IRS by not filing until that last moment. And there is no benefit to doing the actual filing, whether it's April 10th, April 1st, March 20th, you're not gaining any kind of benefit. You're actually closing a door the earlier you file. So if you're concerned about the statute of limitations, it's called a CSED. If you're concerned about closing that statute of limitations door to give the IRS less time, file it earlier because that's when the clock starts ticking, when it's due or filed. And that said, that gives you actually more control because you're telling them sooner you get out of my hair. Not that they were necessarily in your hair, but the sooner that they wouldn't be able to mess in your business. So just wanted to encourage you that, you might not be getting the benefit you think you're getting by waiting to the last minute at April 15th to file. When preparers think the last minute's October 15th because that's actually when you extend, that's your deadline date. So to us, April 15th is not a deadline. It is just when the expectations change after that because lay people get a little, more excited those last 2 weeks, but then it really calms down and we still have an extended due date. But So hope that was informative. Maybe not encouraging today, but informative, and it helps you make a better decision about at least why you file when you file. If you think that there's some kind of benefit to filing it to that late time, and you're wanting to take some of that control back from the IRS, I would say file earlier, not wait till April 15th. Absolutely. So if you would subscribe or like the video, I would really appreciate it. If you'd share it, I'd appreciate it even more. So have a great day. Thanks so much.